Yuan Shao raised his army and marched straight toward Guandu. Xiahou Dun urgently reported, and Cao Cao led 70,000 troops to meet the threat, leaving Sun Yu to guard Xuchang. At that time, Tianfeng was still imprisoned, but he dared to send a memorial. Now is the time to observe and wait for opportunity. Do not rashly commit to a grand campaign, or disaster may follow. The advisor Feng Ji immediately slandered him. Our Lord rises in the name of righteousness, yet Tianfeng speaks such discouraging words. He only damages morale. Yuan Shao grew furious. This man dares to oppose me. I will cut him down. The others pleaded until Yuan Shao spared Tianfeng's life, but he declared angrily, "When I have defeated Cao Cao, I will settle accounts with him." The army advanced, banners covering the land, blades and spears glittering like a forest. When they camped at Yengu, Jusho advised, "Though we are many, our courage is not equal to Chao's men. They are few but elite. If we delay, their lack of provisions will destroy them. We, however, are well supplied. We should hold our ground." Yuan Shao roared, "Tianfeng already spoke such words, and I despise him. You dare say the same? When I crush Cao Cao, you too shall be punished." He ordered Jusho chained within the camp, then spread 70 legions across 90 li, surrounding Guandu. Cao Cao's scouts reported on Yuan Shao's immense army. His soldiers trembled. Cao summoned his advisors. Sun Yu said, "Do not fear their numbers. Our men are few but elite. Each can face 10. But we must strike swiftly. If this drags on, our provisions will run out." Cao Cao nodded. "You speak my thought exactly." He ordered the drums beaten and advanced. In Yuan's camp, Shun Pei had prepared 10,000 crossbows on the wings, 5,000 archers behind the banners awaiting command. 3 drumrolls sounded, and Yuan Shao appeared in golden armor, brocade robe, jade belt, flanked by Zhang He and Gao Lan. Cao Cao rode forth, escorted by Su Chu, Zhang Liao, Su Huang, and Li Dian. He pointed at Yuan Shao and shouted, "I once recommended you to the throne to be general-in-chief. Why do you now rebel?" Yuan Shao raged, "You style yourself imperial chancellor, yet you are the thief of Han. Your crimes surpass Wang Mang and Dong Zhuo. You dare accuse me?" Cao retorted, "I act under imperial edict to punish you." Yuan Shao bellowed, "I have the edict on the girdle. The traitor to be slain is you." The drums roared. Zhang Liao fought Zhang He for 50 rounds, neither gaining advantage. Su Chu joined, met by Gao Lan. The 4 generals clashed fiercely. Cao Cao then sent Xiahou Dun and Cao Hong with 3,000 troops to charge. Shun Pei signaled. Volleys of arrows rained down. Chao's men could not withstand and retreated in defeat back to Guandu. Yuan Shao's army advanced. Shun Pei proposed, "Let us build earthen mounds before Chao's camp, mount platforms, and rain arrows until they abandon their position. Then Xuchang will fall." Yuan Shao approved. Within 10 days, 50 towers rose. Arrows poured like rain. Chao's troops hid under shields in terror. Cao sought counsel. Lu Yi advised, "Build stone-throwing machines." That night, hundreds of catapults hurled stones, crushing archers and terrifying Yuan's men from the towers. Shun Pei then ordered tunnels dug to breach the camp. Lu Yi countered, "Dig a long trench around our camp, and their tunnels cannot reach." Indeed, Yuan's efforts failed. From August to late September, Guandu endured. Chao's provisions dwindled, and he considered retreat, writing to Sun Yu. Sun Yu replied firmly, "This is the greatest opportunity. Yuan Shao commands numbers but lacks strategy. Hold firm, and his own disorder will ruin him. Victory lies in endurance." Cao Cao rejoiced and resolved to hold. Soon, Su Huang's officer Shi Huan captured a spy and learned General Han Meng was escorting grain. Sun Yu advised, "Strike his supply train. Without grain, chaos will follow." Cao ordered Su Huang and Shi Huan to ambush, with Zhang Liao and Su Chu in support. At night, Han Meng's convoy entered a valley. Su Huang attacked. Shi Huan set fire to the wagons. The grain was lost. Han Meng fled. Yuan Shao fumed and nearly executed Han Meng. Xun Pei urged strong defense at Wu Chao, the main granary, but Yuan reassigned him to Yi and left Chunyu Qiong at Wu Chao. Chunyu, however, was a drunkard, feared but not respected. Meanwhile, Chao's army was starving. Chao sent for grain from Xuchang, but the messenger was captured, and his letter fell to Su Yu, once Chao's friend but now advising Yuan. Su Yu urged Yuan Shao. Chao is starving, Xuchang is empty. Strike Xuchang by night, and victory is ours. Yuan Shao dismissed it as a trick. At that moment, Xun Pei accused Su Yu of corruption and jailed his kin. Yuan, enraged, expelled him. You must be in league with Chao. Su Yu sighed. Yuan Shao rejects all counsel. How can he succeed? Persuaded by friends, he defected that night to Cao Cao. Chao greeted him barefoot, bowing first. Su Yu was astonished. You are Imperial Chancellor, why humble yourself? Chao smiled. You are my old friend, how can I greet you with formality? Su Yu said, I bring you a plan to destroy Yuan Shao. Wu Chao holds his vast grain, guarded by the drunkard Chunyu Qiong. Disguise as Yuan's men, raid by night, burn it, and within 3 days his army will collapse. Cao Cao was overjoyed. Leaving ambush forces behind, he personally led 5,000 picked soldiers, carrying bundles of firewood, horses gagged and soldiers biting wooden bits, marching silently under Yuan's banners. That night the stars shone brightly. Zhu Shou observed the heavens, feared disaster, and begged Yuan Shao to guard the granary. Yuan raged, had the guards beat him, and imprisoned him again. Zhu Shou wept. Our destruction is near. Cao Cao's troops, disguised, passed checkpoints unchallenged. At the 4th watch they reached Wu Chao. At once, fires were set on all sides, drums thundered. Chunyu Qiong and his officers were drunk and captured unprepared. Yuan's generals rushed to aid, but Chao ordered, strike boldly forward, then turn back when they pursue. The enemy collapsed. All grain was burned. Chunyu Qiong was humiliated and mutilated, then taken back to Yuan's camp. Yuan Shao saw flames in the north and hastily sent Zhang He and Gao Lan to attack Chao's camp, while others tried to rescue Wu Chao. But Zhang Liao slew General Zhang Yi. The rescue failed. At Chao's camp, Xiahou Dun and Chao Run struck from 3 directions, while Chao himself attacked from the rear. Zhang He and Gao Lan were defeated. Yuan Shao executed Chunyu Qiong. Guotu slandered Zhang He and Gao Lan as plotting defection. Yuan, enraged, sought to kill them. Gao Lan slew the envoy and fled with Zhang He to Cao Cao, who welcomed them as generals. With Su Yu, Zhang He, Gao Lan gained and Wu Chao lost, Yuan's army was broken in spirit. Chao pressed forward, Zhang He and Gao Lan leading raids. Sun Yu devised another ruse, spreading rumors that Chao would attack Yi and Liang. Yuan divided his forces in panic. Chao then struck in 8 columns at once. Yuan's men fled without fighting. Yuan himself barely escaped with his son Yuan Tan and a few hundred horsemen, abandoning treasure and books. Chao could not catch him, but captured and killed 80,000, blood flowing like rivers. He burned intercepted letters of collusion, saying, When Yuan was strong, even I feared for my life. How much more these others? Yuan Shao's defeat was complete. Zhu Shou, still imprisoned, was captured by Chao. Chao knew him and said, It was Yuan Shao's folly not to use you. Had I faced you, I would have feared. Chao treated him kindly, but Zhu Shou attempted to flee to the Yuan clan, was seized and executed. He died calmly. Chao lamented, I have wrongly killed a loyal man. He buried Zhu Shou with honor at the Yellow River crossing, erecting a stele inscribed, Tomb of the Loyal and Righteous Lord Zhu. Summary. This chapter narrates the dramatic reversal at Guandu. Yuan Shao, arrogant and obstinate, ignored the wise counsel of Tianfeng, Zhu Shou, and Su Yu, even punishing them unjustly, leading to disaster. Cao Cao, by contrast, heeded his advisors. Sun Yu's advice to endure, Sun Yu's strategy to cut supplies, Su Yu's plan to burn Wu Chao, and the ruse of false maneuvers. Each stratagem struck decisively. With far fewer men, Cao won a crushing victory. Furthermore, by burning the collusion letters instead of persecuting others, he displayed magnanimity. After Guandu, Cao Cao's dominance was firmly established, while Yuan Shao lost his chance to contend for the empire. Knowledge points. 1. Exaggerated numbers. In the novel, Yuan Shao fields 700,000 against Cao Cao's 70,000, a tenfold difference. Historical records, e.g., records of the Three Kingdoms, suggest Yuan had about 110,000, Cao about 20,000. Yuan still outnumbered him, but not 10 to 1. 2. Su Yu's defection. The novel dramatizes Su Yu's expulsion after false charges by Shun Pei, leading to his defection and Cao greeting him barefoot. Historically, Su Yu did defect and did suggest the Wu Chao attack, but the barefoot greeting is likely fictional embellishment. 3. Battle of Wu Chao. The novel depicts Cao Cao personally leading 5,000 in a daring night raid, burning all grain, with added humiliation of Chunyu Qiong. Historically, the raid was real and decisive, but less theatrical. The mutilations and drunken scenes are literary flourishes. 4. Defection of Zhang He and Gao Lan. The novel explains it as slander by Guitu, forcing them to surrender. Historically, Zhang He indeed defected after Guandu, with Gao Lan following, but the dramatic intrigue is largely novelistic. 5. Zhu Shou's death. The novel portrays him as a loyal advisor, executed by Cao Cao despite his righteousness, with Cao regretting and burying him with honors. Historical records confirm Zhu Shou died under Cao, but without the novel's dramatized speeches or ceremonial detail.